Hi there! I wanted to show you a fun and easy way to add texture to your letters. So as you can see here, I've drawn and inked my letter. And what I'm going to do first is add a background color. So I'm going to go here to my layers, tap background, and I'm going to use the light blue from this month's palette. Then I'm going to make my letter the same color as my background. So the easy way to do that is go to the layer where you have your lettering, hit Alpha Lock, choose the color that you want. So I'm going to use that same light blue, and then go back to that layer and tap Fill Layer. So of course, with the letter and the background being the same color, it completely disappears. Now here's the important part. You want to create a clipping mask. So go back to your layers, add a new layer, and go over here and select Clipping Mask. Next, you want to choose what color you want for your lettering. So I'm going to stick with this month's palette, and I'm going to use this medium blue. Then choose the brush you're going to use. I'm going to use the Swarm Stipple brush, and this is from Abby Uproot's hand stippling brush set. By the way, I'll include links to the brushes that I'm using here. So I've selected my brush and my color, and then all you're going to do is make sure you're on that clipping mask layer, and then just start filling the color on that layer, and your letter will start to appear. Now I'm going to give this a gradient effect. So I'm going to go in and make it darker towards the top. And actually, I'm going to use that dark blue color here as well to give it even more of a gradation. And the beauty of the clipping mask is you don't have to worry about recreating the shape of that letter. And there you go. I'll show you another example as well. Now this time I'm going to choose a bright background color. I'm going to go with this coral. And again, I'm going to fill my lettering layer with the same color. Create a clipping mask. And I'm going to choose white for my letter this time. And I'm going to try a different brush. I'm going to go with this Scratch Me brush. And this is from the Rough and Raw brush set. And I'm going to make my brush size pretty large here. And with just a few little strokes, I filled my letter with some cool texture. Now, if you've made any area heavier than you want it to be, what you can do is go to your eraser tool and use the same brush that you used for filling the color as your eraser. And then you can just lightly go in and erase any areas that are heavier than you want them to be. And really, you can add as much detail as you want to this. For example, you can add a drop shadow. Really, the options are endless. So I hope that little tip was helpful. I'll see you guys here next month.